Too broke. We could do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. Ladies and gentlemen, hi. We went live prematurely about 30 minutes ago, and I'm going to blame technology, folks. All I did was open up another window on my computes, and all of a sudden, oh my God, we're live. How did that happen? Well, sometimes computers are knobs, and that's all there is to it. Sometimes computers are knobs. Computers are knobs. Sometimes they're knobs. See that? That was a little whisper. It was kind of a combination of whisper echo and whisper reinforcer, folks. Kind of a fun thing you can add to your musical songcraft is say something, sing a line, and then do the whisper echo. It draws them in. What did he say? Oh, he just said it again. But sometimes it doesn't have to be the exact thing. Sometimes you just reinforce the line. That's called the whisper reinforcer. So just take a look at that and add it. Add it to your sangria. I'm going to share this with musical friends, Heather and Jan. You know, sometimes this annoys people. And you know what? I've just come to realize that the vast majority of music friends online are just cool as the day is long. They enjoy it. They take things for as they are, not for what they're not. And every now and again, you get a real booger, you know? Let the boogers be, is my motto. Let them just dry out and bake out in the sun, and then let the mosquitoes come and eat them. Because mosquitoes, unbeknownst to anybody, they're booger lovers. They're going to eat up them bugs, and they're going to like it. So, as I like to say, let the boogers be, and let them do what they want to do. And, okay, where is it now? I'm going to share it. Here we go. I'm booming out. I'm booming out. I'm booming out. I'm booming out. That's what it's all about. There we are. Oh, there we are. See, Steve? There we are. We can see ourselves right here on this thing. We're right there. I want to share it so other people can see us on the thing. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to share it to a group. I'm going to share it to the Gristle Kingdom. There you go. Boom. Did it. Folks, how you doing out there? Did everyone have a good weekend? Out there in movie land, I see Michael Burrell, I see Aaron, I see Matty K, I see Super Denny, I see Carl, I see San Stamos, Splashdown in Lake Huron, I saw that. So many activities over the weekend. You know what? What are you going to do? Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, apparently we heard, Dylan and I were watching something earlier, it said that, you know, after the balloon came, they realized that they didn't see, I'm gonna bring a CB term into our equation. They didn't have the squelch set right for smaller objects. They were looking for like ICBMs and, you know, bear bombers and jets and stuff like that. They're like, well, we didn't have the squelch set to balloons. Let's put the squelch down a little bit more so we see smaller objects. So now they're like, holy catablas, there's all kinds of particulate matter flying over our great lands. And could they be alien in nature? They say maybe they could be alien. Oh, that's cool. Excellent. There's car-sized things flying around that they have no idea how they're being propelled. That's not weird. None of that is weird. But it's normal. But you know what I like to tell my son here? It's like, Dylan, what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? We got Peter from Sweden in the house. Greetings to you. Squelch is grape. Nicely done, Aaron. I see what you did there. Squelch. Yeah, they got our defense systems. They got the squelch adjusted accordingly. And they're like, hey, now we can see all that. Holy cow, we got all kinds of space dandruff and particulate matter over our great lands. Let's scramble those jets. Hell, we paid for them. Might as well use them. Diggity doggone it. What are you going to do about it? Well, scramble the jets. Oh, well, public commentary here on Gristle Vision. In the orange room. You know what we should do? You've never done this, but I know you're going to be Johnny on the spot. We're going to do that groove for a little thing by Johnny Cash called Ring of Fire. Now, when it gets to the I stepped into the burning, then that's regular like 2-beat thing. And then once we get back to then it's back to the key of G. Is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. That's right. Down by love's desire, like a balloon, I step in to a ring of fire. Well, I stepped in to a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. Flames are getting higher. Now it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of... That's how it goes. Well, the taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you just like a child, but oh, the fire went wild. Well, I stepped into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames are getting higher. Now it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of fire. This ring of fire. Now just do a 12 bar with that beat. A burning ring of fire, and it went down, 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 and the flames are getting higher. Now it burns, burns, burns. This ring of fire, this ring of fire, this ring of fire. You know what fell into a ring of fire? The balloon and other particulate matter shot down by our powerful Air Force, ladies and gentlemen. F-22, that's an expensive airplane. We're getting use out of that sun gun. When you see some Tic Tacs in the sky, they're going to quickly die. We got an F-22 and they're not cheap. So you better watch out, Mr. Spaceman, you're going to weep. Actually, they're unmanned, apparently. There's nothing in them. There might be, well, they don't know. I mean, they could be small extraterrestrial squirrels inside there. That poor little feller didn't know an F-22 was going to come and get all sidewinder on him.
You would not have done that even just a boy.
You never do. Love to hear an acoustic Rex Charmer. We could do that, Charlie B. We could totally do that. We could totally do that. Oh, that camera just fell to the ground, so we don't use that one anyway. No, the aliens did that one. The aliens took one of these cameras and threw it to the ground. I don't think they did. I think they have a sense of humor. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. All right, we do a little Rex Charmer. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. a little song called The Rex Charmer, written about a place, a Deirdre Cudahy's old house out there in beautiful Louisville, Colorado. I used to stay there. And they would rent the house out in their little pamphlet that they had. It was on Rex Street. And they called it the Rex Street Charmer. The Rex Charmer. That's where I wrote that song. I was sitting there and one day going, coming up with a little jam. I used to do it as a little ballady type. Is there any chance of Mrs. Buckley with Orson on vocals? That's an excellent idea, Mr. Gabagool. That would be fun. We know a place in Lincolnshire where Mrs. Buckley lived. Every July, peas grow there. Do you really mean that? I just think it's so nice you see a snow-colored field and say, every July, peas grow there. What? I don't understand you. What must be over before I say in July? I was already out. We were onto a big dish of peas when I said in July. I take directions from one person under protest. But for two, I don't sit still for. Who the hell are you anyway? Right? There was a gunk. A gunk. Would you mind telling me what a gonk is? A bang from outside. That's what he said. A bang from outside. Yeah. Louis Chuadini from St. Louis. I'm your biggest fan. Well, thank you, Louis. Thanks for, is it Louis or Louis? Am I saying it right? It could be Louis. It could be Louis. From St. Louis or St. Louis. And, yeah, Gabagool. I like it. Oh, then there was Quarantine. We haven't done that one in a long time, but that's we've already lost the Quarantine, so we can't do that one anymore. Can you dig it? Let's do that. We did this one the other day, but let's do it again. This is an old tune of mine called Two Broke. Let's do the Two Broke song. That's a good one. That's a good one for the kid. For the kid. I wrote this one back in the day, probably 1992. I was a wee lad, and what is this? We need Dua Lipa on vocals for Quarantine. No, she doesn't need to lose a Quarantine. She's fit. I like that the English say that when a member of the opposite sex is put together well. She's fit. I like that. She is fit. There's no question about it. Is that ProMark sticks Dylan's using? Dylan in the dining room.
These are indeed ProMark.
They are ProMark blast sticks.
Thunder rods.
Maybe we should work up a Dua Lipa song. Dua Lipa. We'd have to do the one. My sugar boo. I think I do. Yeah. I want you, moonlight, light bright, Kugel Blanca, maybe Orson Welles and Dua Lipa. Should we put one together? I need you, moonlight, starlight, my sugar boo. Imagine that. That'd be crazy. Luna Girl, Sam, we don't know that one in this format. I gotta get. Well, Steve, we'll have you learn that one. Luna Girl. That's the one I got. Right? The Orson Welles doing Dua Lipa. Now that's a jam, I think. We'll have to work on that one. Lord have mercy. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to do something with the blues tune. There we go. Some said you were low down, while others called you mean. But from where I was standing, well, none of those traits could be seen each time I fall. Hook, line, and sinker, I end up stranded, betrayed, and too broke to drink you off of my mind. Well, some folks are heartbreak magnets, or so the story goes. Well, I pray to God above you that I wouldn't be one of those that each time I fall, well, hook, line, and sinker, I end up stranded, betrayed, and too broke to drink you off of my mind. Well, I'm one to trouble, but I'm just too slow to learn. Everyone has hard times, I've just had more than my turn. Well, I shouldn't be ungrateful, no. You know, I could get no loving at all. It's just that air, every time I slip, I fall. Well, I'm one to trouble, but I'm just too slow to learn. Everyone has hard times, I just had more than my turn. Well, I shouldn't be ungrateful, no. You know, I could get no loving at all. It's just that air, every time I slip, I fall. Got a little nougat in there. Well, at first I all lovey-dovey. Did they shape me to their weight? Well, then there goes my pride, as well as my hard-earned pay. 'Cause each time I fall, well, hook, line and sinker. I end up stranded, betrayed, and too broke to drink. Lord, I end up stranded, betrayed, and too broke to drink. Lord, I end up stranded, yeah, betrayed, woo, and too broke to drink you off of my mind. Tricky part. There's three of them. You hear that? That was too broke to pay attention. No, too broke to drink you off my doggone mind. Sometimes, 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 sometimes. What the hell are you guys talking about there? Spicy peanuts? Shout out to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo, ladies and gentlemen. He's a basketball playing son of a gun, isn't he? He's got what they call skills in the basketball department. It's quite entertaining to watch as well. I like it when he makes that look like, I just vanquished you, and you liked it. That's what his look says. Can you dig it? A lot of talk about food on the stream. I see a lot of talk about food. We were going to grill some chicken tonight, but I think we're going to go with, instead, a little Mekong Cafe. Are you going to Mekong? Well done. It's such a tasty treat at the Mekong Cafe. I like it when I go in there. Did I tell you the gal calls me Greggy? When I choose, hi, Greggy. What? I like it. Now when she doesn't call me Greggy, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I not order accordingly? They call me Greggy. There we go. We're going to do a little thing right now that was on something at some point in time. It's called Isla Rose. One of my children, the mighty Isla Rose. She has two songs, actually. She's got a song called Let's Just Keep On Singing. We should work that one up, too. There's a lot of parts to that song. Too many parts in my older songs. When I was young, I had lots of parts. Now, as I get older, I've got better parts, but fewer of them. And I don't know, that sounded weird. San Stamos, I got a pretty cocky t-shirt on. Red Rooster, that's right. Look at that, I got sunglasses. We just played at the Red Rooster a couple weeks ago, up there in Madison. And anyway, this is a song called Isla Rose, goes on like this. bit of that Isle Rose song. Now we're talking about pecan pie out there. We got roasted quail pho we're talking about. I'm going to have the sweet and sour noodle dish, which is really called a bun, I believe, in normal Vietnamese restaurants. It usually has the the Vietnamese egg roll, and then it's got the vermicelli noodles, and then basil and lettuce and whatnotery, and then it has, I get it with chicken, and then you put that sauce, that Vietnamese kind of clear sauce, but I get it spicy hot. So spicy hot. That's a whisper order. Spicy hot. I get it. I get the bun. Spicy hot. Yeah. We got Steve Andreoni on the bass right there, ladies and gentlemen. We got Dylan James over there on the damn drums. And we're playing some tunes today on this day before Valentine's Day situation. We got a situation here, ladies and gentlemen. Hitting the road this week with the Koch Marshall Trio once again. We're going to be in Chicago on Thursday, Detroit area on Friday. All the dates are on my website at gregkoch.com. Michaela Markey, who does my digital, she does a lot of my marketing online, and she posts a lot with my voice. She does a good job. She speaks in my tongue. She posted something on my Greg Koch music page on Instagram and on Facebook with us doing our version of Trampled Underfoot. Now, that's been posted a couple times now. One guy's like, again? With the Trampled Underfoot? Grow up. Okay, I didn't post it, but okay. I'm never gonna grow up, especially at the behest of some cyber mutant. You know what I'm saying? So grow up. Sorry, not gonna happen. I've evaded it thus far. I'm gonna see how far I can go before I get my pin that I'm a grown up. Because apparently when you're a grown up, you get pissed by random musical posts on the internet. That's when you know you're a grown up. Like, I am so outraged by musical content. I gotta let my freak flag flow. Dylan is indeed as tall as his dad. He is indeed. And we're both 6'7", ladies and gentlemen. The area where the object went down to Lake Huron. Now, this is the kind of content I want, Sam Stamos. What do we got? The area where the object went down to Lake Huron is treacherous. Marine warning. Be careful. Unexploded ordnance on the bottom with various basins and ridges, and the depth varies from tens to hundreds of feet deep. Excellent. I like that kind of talk. I like that kind of talk. We saw a little VW bug in the sky. So we thought to ourselves, scramble the F-22s, it must die. It's unmanned, but it's octagonal in shape. We're gonna bring it down at Lake Huron, and the bottom it will scrape. Look out. Don't mess with the Michigan National Guard. Michigan National Guard, the missional National Guard. Don't mess with it. There we go. Calls for some Nubby. You know Nubby the Hoarder Man, don't you? Oh yeah, we can do Nubby. Let's do that. You know who wouldn't have stood still for any kind of this sky nonsense? Nubby. He would have taken this broom out and said, "Let me at him." Don't be coming around here with your looking arounds. He'd have had his thing squelch down way low so he could see any kind of particulate matter in the sky above his home. And said, you know what, I ain't having it. For those of you who don't know the story of Nubby, he was my neighbor, and he's gone to the great hereafter. Bless him. I didn't really know him. I just knew this older gentleman across the street. Older, he was probably 1,000 years old, let's be honest. But he had some interesting habits, and he used to like to sweep his sidewalk every night. Sidewalk and the sidewalk in front of his house, just make sure it was great. But apparently during the winter, he would also sweep his front yard as well, get the snow out of there, whatever it takes. And then I just noticed that whenever he was done with his sweeping, he would go into bed for the night, he'd put his broom across the front of his porch, just like, we're closed now, don't come over, visiting hours are over. And one day he went away, and it was a sad piece of business, but we noticed that they started to take stuff out of the house. And at first it was like the pickup truck, and then it was like a larger vehicle, and then it was a fleet. And then it was like, didn't they just take a washing and dryer out of there? It was like many washers and dryers, many different things came out of there. And I thought, you know what? Nubby must have been a hoarder man. So then I came up with this little song. And apparently his name was Nubby. And so I came up with this song. It goes something like this here. I gotta get my slide out. Where'd my slide go? I put it in my pocket. See, I'm so used to it. I put it in my dag pocket. Put it in my dag pocket. Here we go. My hand. Well, now Nubby must have been a hoarder man. They've been taking his stuff out day and night. That's right. Ever since he went away. Well, a clown car house it must have been. I got no idea how they did it all in, but they did. Now they're taking it all away. A rusty pickup and a U-Haul truck. They could have brought 10 semis and it wouldn't have been enough. That's right. To haul that stuff away. Where the kids and the cousins and the grandkids too. Enough for them and enough for you. Come and haul this crap away. Well, Nubby had the cleanest sidewalk in town. Now he and his broom are nowhere to be found. He's moved on to higher ground. Oh, that's why. I forgot to tune that string down. What is that weird overtone? I was like, what is that? What's going on there? It was me. I forgot to tune my E string down to D. It was me. You know why? I forgot to tune the D string down to D, E string down to D, E string down to D. Sometimes the brain and the mind and the head are divergent, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes that happens. We're going to do another little slide tune. And this one's called Lowell-esque. And this is a song that was on the acoustic Gristle Soup record that you can listen to on the inner Googles. We do have hard copies still available. We have two new CDs coming out this very next week. We're accepting pre-orders right now that we will sign up until February 20th. I have two CDs with the KMT. One is called Greg Koch Orange Ruminations, and the other one's called Sweet Gristle. And you can get a twofer. We got a twofer price on the website there one time. You can go over there and get two CDs for $25, and then we'll sign them up. We'll sign them up for you. Yep. And there you go. This song is not on either of those. But you know what? It wouldn't be a bad idea to do a KMT electric version of this particular song, because it is a jaunty tune, Lowell-esque. And yeah, there you go. I heard some interesting Lowell stories. Apparently, I was talking with a buddy of mine, and about my buddies from Littlefeet. Apparently, Richie Hayward, his tempo would vary every now and again. He was one of my favorite drummers of all time, but apparently it was a thing where it's like, I was on stage once jamming with him, and the tempo just went, oh, and I remember Paul Burry turned around like, what the But apparently Lowell would solve that problem by just going back there and hitting him. You just go, give him a punch. Give him a punch. Like, wow, that's tough love right there. Anyways. just like that. Lumbungal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to order that tonight from Mekong Delta. And we are going to feast tonight. First, I'm going to go for a little walk. Going to go for a little walk with Sayers McGarris. And then, but we're going to order the food while we're on the walk. And then we're going to get Dylan to pick the feast up. She knows that Dylan's my son. She doesn't call him Greggy. She just goes, oh, you Greggy's son. You Greggy's son. And I say, yes, that is correct. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We had this thing last time we were there because Kevin Muschel got there because we hipped him to the Mekong. And then he's like, have you had this? I'm going to find it right now so we can talk about it on air, this particular dish. It was an appetizer, and it's a rice concoction. It's like rice balls with coconut and other goodness. Let's find it right now. Mekong. Oh, here it is. Oh, you're so dirty. Bring it to me. All right, appetizer. This one, Nam Cow. Seasoned Laotian rice. Laotian. How do you say that? Yep. Laotian rice. Mixed with young coconut shreds. I like that. They're young coconut shreds. They haven't had a chance to age. Cut them down in their youth for maximum flavor. Curry paste coated with egg wash. And what does it say? Well, I want to read more of it, but every time I hit it, it goes to this thing, and I don't want to. All right, fine. Anyways, we'll deal with that later. Nam Cow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna get some Nam Cow, and let that be a lesson to all of you. While you're all tonight having pot roast, I'm gonna be getting involved with some sweet Nam Cow. And it's got a little spice to it, too. A little spicy. I like to get the spice on the... I don't get 5 spice. I get the 4 spice. And you go 5? I got to be careful because you never... You know, I'm on the road. I'm extra careful because, you know, you got to be careful about exit wounds while you're on the road. You can't be... Oh, we got a 5-hour drive ahead. Oh, I had scalding hot food last night. And next thing you know, you get a little, hey, guess what? It's time to find a rest spot, like now. I call that a case of the nows. Sorry to broach that subject. When you want to know about the road, I'm telling you about the road. The road is a place where sometimes you get a case of the nows. And that's why I avoid the extra heated temperatures while I'm traveling. When I'm home, we're good. We can let our freak flag fly. And I don't even know what I'm talking about, but we are talking, and that's the important thing. Let's do a little, we have so many opportunities. We have so many opportunities for sweet music. Let's do a little, here we go again. That's a fun one. Mr. Turner says, that kick drum ain't going anywhere. Shout out to Turner the Burner. He MacGyvered up this we've got now multiple rugs with the Koch block on them so that Dylan can engage in drum craft without the thing meandering, because it always happens, no matter where we go. That bass drum will meander. Ladies and gentlemen, will meander. like that, ladies and gentlemen. A little selection call. Here we go, a doggone again. There's a radio station here in Milwaukee, 96.5 WKLH, and they have a morning show. And every day at 10 o'clock, when the show concludes, they play that song. And I hear it and I go, hey, I know that song. That's my little ditty. It's made me the thousandaire I am today, because you know ASCAP's all over making sure that they know that that's played every day. They're all over that shit. We got to make sure our boy gets his pennies. I'm being sarcastic right now. And before that, they used to use my tune, Holy Grail. We need to get you up on that one. Holy Grail, we get you up to snuffy. And that's all there is to it. Well, folks, listen, we're about winding down to our hour of power here on the Fishman Takeover. I just burped a little bit, and that happens. You know why? Because food is delicious. Everyone had fun at the Super Bowl yesterday? How about that Chris Stapleton? He sang the shit out of that national anthem. That was magnificent. I thought to myself, man, that was fantastic. And then I saw Rihanna. She was defying gravity up on that. That was a spectacle of sight and sound. And the game was good, too. The game was entertaining. And I really didn't give a shit who won, to be honest with you. I was like, hey, Philly, oh, if they win, hey, that'd be good. Or Casey, oh, that'd be good. And then one of them won. I thought, okay. But it was a good game. KC won, right? Yeah. Remember when Packers beat them in Super Bowl? I think it was 2, right? Super Bowl, what was that? Super Bowl 1. I think it was Super Bowl 1. Right? Yeah. Old Max McGee was hungover. Max McGee was hungover. He didn't think he was going to play. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to play anyway. So I might as well go out and tie one on. And then the main receiver got hurt like in the first quarter, and he's like, gotta go in, still hammered, and had the best game of his life. Just goes to show you, drink before you play sports. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's a danger to yourself and others. Don't do it. I'm not supporting that message. Listen, folks, we'll probably show a rerun next week, but that's all right. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we're just gonna take it easy. We're just going to take it easy, Steve. We're not going to stress ourselves out. You know why? You got to take it easy because, there's aliens coming. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world. Why stress out? Play when you want to play. Say what you want to say. Spray what you want to spray. That sounds weird, but I said it anyway. Hill Street. They think that song sounds like Hill Street Blues. Yeah, you do. You played on a few of those things, right? Yes. Steve used to do all kinds of TV stuff back in the day with Mike Post, who went out to Los Angeles, played on a bunch of that stuff. Played on a bunch of that stuff. Played on a bunch of that stuff. All right, folks, take it easy. We're going to order Mekong, and we're going to go for a walk. We'll see you next time. And we'll see you out on the road. If you live out east, we're starting in Chicago, then heading out east. If you live in New York City, playing at the Iridium. If you live in Boston, we're playing there. We're Connecticut, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Troy, New York, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Youngstown, Ohio. And there you go. All right, folks, take it easy, but please, for the love of God, take it. All right, we'll see you later.